Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are good. So today here we are back with a new video on our structure series. This is going to be phasing in Revit. Again, a very valuable tool in Revit that it gives us, and we will explore that here. So I am taking a fresh architectural template, or else I can take any structural template as well. Okay, so here I am taking a structural template. And what exactly is phasing? So you can consider phasing as a timeline of Revit. Okay, you can tell Revit when this thing was constructed in past, when this thing is going to be constructed in future, and how different filters to be applied for it. Okay, for example, when you come here in properties tab, you see here that Revit gives you this phase filter. So you can decide what element Revit wants to show it to you. Okay, and here if I model a wall here, if I model the structural wall and consider that this is how I am modeling the walls, and consider that this is one building and it has this unique drawing. Okay. And if I select this particular wall, so here again Revit will ask me in what phase I want to put these walls. Okay. So what I can do is I can add some floors also, and sorry, I can add some doors. Here there is window opening. Okay, so these are all the elements I can add, and I can create my own structure. Okay, as of now we'll keep this thing at the center. And then what else do we have? If I go and manage, and in manage you will find this phases ribbon tab. So here you see here that this is written as past and this is written as future. Okay, so it means that this existing phase is past phase. Okay, if you select an element and if you select the phase for that element as existing, it means that it was created in past. If you set any element in new construction phase, it means that it will be getting constructed in future. Okay, and with respect to that, this is how Revit will display your elements. Okay, so here the existing phase will be displayed by this particular category, and then if you come here, this is how Revit overrides that. If it's existing, it will be shown in somewhat grayish color. If it's new, it will be shown completely in black color. Okay, so this is how you can overwrite them. Okay, and if you want, you can go on adding multiple phase after, and accordingly Revit will take on that. Okay, so as of now we'll not add any phase, we'll just demonstrate this activity with these two phases. And I believe you have got the picture of what is phasing. Phasing is a timeline of Revit. You are telling Revit when this element was constructed. Was it constructed in future, or was it constructed, or was it constructed in past, or it's going to be constructed in future, or this is constructed in present time. Okay, so this is how you categorize the timeline of your Revit elements. Okay, so let me take on the architectural template, because again I want to add doors also. And here let me take architectural template, and I will say I will go with default metric. And then once I open that, so we are in level 1. And what I will do is I will first model some walls, and let me take on these walls. Let me model the walls here, and then here in a similar manner I will model it on. And then this is how I have modeled the walls, and I will put some doors here. The doors are here, the doors are here. Let me put the doors, and then right. Okay, fine, clear. So wherever it was necessary, I have provided the doors. And what will I do is I will first select this phase. These are the number of walls as well as doors which I have selected. And I will tell Revit that this is my past. This was constructed in past. Okay. So what will happen? These lines have become grayish. Okay. Let us say, David, that this is again the demolished phase. Okay, so we'll say that this is the demolished phase, and for identification purpose, what I have done, as I have created this phase in existing, I'm telling Revit that it was done in past, but it's demolished in present time. That is the reason I have selected it as new construction. Okay, so Revit has changed the identification for that one. And now I will select this one, and I will say here that this was constructed in past, which is existing. And I will say, Revit, that here this is a temporary construction. So if I want to show this as a temporary construction, then I will say that I will select both as well as phase created and phase demolished as new construction. So this portrays that this is a temporary construction. And then this one is the newly constructed. Okay, so here we will keep this as it is. We will not do anything. Okay, this is new constructed, which is in present time. So now you have seen that here what I have done is I have identified this particular section of a building as the uh, demolished phase, which doesn't exist now. It has been demolished. And this is the section of a building that was constructed in past, but still it is erected, it is still there. And this is a temporary construction which I will be going to demolish soon, a temporary construction. And this is my present construction. Okay, this is my present construction. So now what I am telling my client, how I am showcasing this structure is, I am telling my client that this phase is this section was constructed in past. This is the phase which we have recently demolished, and this is the temporary construction which we will take off, and this is our new construction. Okay, so this is how you will present this thing, this structure to your client. But again, what if you want to create different views? For example, this view you want to create it as a demolished phase. This level 2 you want to create it as a newly constructed phase. Okay, so in that case, Revit gives you that flexibility also. So now my phase filter, I have set this to show all. That is the reason every structure or every phasing is shown. So if I set this to show complete, what will happen? If I set this to show complete, what will happen? In this case, what will happen is this is a phase which was constructed in past. This will be there, and this is the phase which is newly constructed. This will be there. Okay, so show complete in the sense this is a demolished phase which will not come into existence, and this is temporary construction which we will be demolishing. So again, this will not be coming into picture. So if I select this on show complete, only these two phases will be seen. See this, what will happen? Okay, so what Revit has done, Revit has shown those two phases which are complete. Okay, now again I will go back and I will say this show all, and now I will say, Revit, that I want to see demolished as well as new. So when I say demolished, this demolished phase will be there, and when I say new, so see this demolished phase is again, it doesn't exist. Okay, so along with this, what will happen is a temporary phase will also be there, which is this one. Okay, so if I set this to show demolished plus new, these are the three phases which Revit will keep it, and this existing phase it will hide because it is not newly constructed nor it is demolished, but it was just constructed in past. So see what will happen here. What has happened, as I have selected new, so you must be wondering, new means only this should appear. Okay, but why even this has appeared? Because along with this new, we have told Revit that we want to see the demolition phase. So again, Revit is considering this demolition phase as a temporary phase, because of which these three elements have been enabled. Okay, now what will I do? I will go to all, Again, I will apply it, and this time we will take new. We are talking about new phase. We are talking about the phase that is newly constructed, that is complete. Okay, if I select this new, only this phase will be visible. See this, only this phase is visible. I hope you got the picture. Okay, so now we will go back and we will say show previous plus demolish. I want you people to answer it. I'll just wait for a second. Just a minute. What will come in now? If I say this show previous plus demolished, what will happen? This is previous, a past, okay, and this is demolished. Only these two elements will be visible. See this, okay. And if we go back to again normal, and if we say show previous plus new, again there will be confusion among you. See, show previous plus new. This is previous, right? It means that it is fully constructed, it exists. This is again new. So this time this new will not be coming into picture, because again this is a temporary phase which will be going to demolish. Okay, so this two will not be there, this two will be there. Show previous plus new. See, clear? And then show previous phase. What will come? An existing phase that existed in past. Only this one will be there. All right, okay. So this is how you can create your views. For example, I will say that this is my existing phase. Okay, if I want to show this to the client, and when I open this, what will happen? What will happen if I go to level 2? All the views are there, but if I come to existing phase, only existing phase will be visible. So this is how you can represent your drawings, and I hope I have made very simple, very short to explain you what is phasing. There is always a confusion with these topics, but again I have kept it very simple. So yes, learners, thank you, and we will meet next week. Thank you. As always, let us rise and shine together.